What's up, everybody? It's Josh from the Tiny Leaders official YouTube channel, coming to you with another quick Tiny Leaders deck tech for Mad Goblin, a deck where you get to play a 5/4 in the command zone with arguable upside, I guess. Meet the ultimate green goblin, a very, very easy to cast, very, very big, beefy creature. Sometimes people just can't beat a 5/4, and this deck makes great use of it. The quote-unquote downside of this is that you have to discard a card and make a treasure token at the beginning of your upkeep, which this deck actually tries to turn into an advantage. Ignore the mayhem cost on this creature, you almost never will be using that. How do we turn it into advantage, may you ask? Well, we have a lot of ways to take advantage of not having any cards in hand with things like Liliana, or ways to get a ton of cards in hand, like Obnixilis, who, by the way, enters with 5 loyalty if you casualty him off of your commander. You're almost to the 7 already. This deck has a bunch of madness stuff in it as well, like Blazing Rootwalla, which allows us to get itself onto the battlefield for free. On top of the discard synergies, we just have a bunch of really good creatures in the deck, like Nethergoyf here and Ragavan. All of its other creatures pack a punch as well. It's got all of the ones you'd expect out of a Rakdos deck that is trying to beat face, and then a couple interesting and unique includes that it gets to throw in because it doesn't have a hand size anyway, like this Carnage Interpreter. Discarding your hand doesn't really matter when you don't really have one to begin with, and investigating 4 times is effing huge. And then again, when you have less cards in your hand, this thing turns into a 5/5 menace, which is just gross. This deck, of course, is running Kroxa, one of the premier discard cards in the format. Our removal suite is just a bunch of stuff that benefits from not having much of a hand, such as things that we can foretell, or also things that we can cast with madness, and also it's just the best stuff in the format to be running. There's Lightning Bolt, there's Fatal Push, Anoint with Affliction, Long Goodbye. Rakdos players are familiar with all of the cards in our instant and sorcery suite, I'm sure. I just want to shout out Seal of Fire really quick. This card is really, really underplayed, I think. As a card that just sits there and threatens people and can be used to hit face or creatures, it's a great card in a lot of decks, not just this one. That is more or less all I have to say about this deck. The rest of it is pretty self-explanatory. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.